When a person experiences fever, it is a result of the body's natural response to an infection, inflammation, or other underlying medical condition. Fever is not an illness itself but rather a symptom of an underlying issue. Here's how fever affects the human body. Detection of pathogens. 1. When the body detects the presence of pathogens such as bacteria or viruses, immune cells release signaling molecules called pyrogens. Hypothalamus activation. 1. Pyrogens travel to the hypothalamus, the part of the brain responsible for regulating body temperature. 1. The hypothalamus acts as the body's thermostat. Temperature set point adjustment. 1. Pyrogens cause the hypothalamus to raise the body's temperature set point. 1. This results in the body perceiving its normal temperature as too low. Heat production. 1. To reach the new, elevated set point, the body initiates various mechanisms to generate heat. 1. These include shivering, increased metabolic rate, and muscle contractions. Reduced heat loss. 1. Blood vessels near the skin surface may constrict to reduce heat loss to the environment. 1. This is why individuals with fever may feel cold or experience chills even as their internal temperature rises. Increased immune activity. 1. Elevated body temperature enhances the activity of the immune system. 1. Many immune responses, including the function of white blood cells, are more efficient at higher temperatures. Accelerated healing. 1. The rise in body temperature creates an environment less favorable for the growth and reproduction of certain pathogens. 1. This, in turn, aids the body in combating the infection. It's important to note that while fever is a common and generally adaptive response to infections, persistent or excessively high fevers can be a cause for concern. It's advisable to seek medical attention if fever is accompanied by severe symptoms, lasts for an extended period, or if there are concerns about the underlying cause. Additionally, certain populations, such as young children and pregnant individuals, may require special attention when it comes to fever management. Method of solve. Fever. Immune response. When the body detects the presence of pathogens such as bacteria or viruses, the immune system releases chemicals called pyrogens. Hypothalamus activation. Pyrogens signal the hypothalamus, the body's internal thermostat, to raise the body's temperature. Heat generation. The body responds by generating heat through various mechanisms, including shivering and an increased metabolic rate. Reduced heat loss. The blood vessels near the surface of the skin may constrict, reducing heat loss. This conservation of heat helps elevate the body's temperature. Enhanced immune activity. Higher body temperatures can enhance the activity of the immune system, helping it to fight off infections more effectively. Cold. When the human body experiences cold temperatures, it initiates several physiological responses to maintain its core temperature and prevent heat loss. Here's how cold affects the human body. Vasoconstriction. 1. Blood vessels near the skin surface constrict when exposed to cold. 1. This reduces blood flow to the skin and extremities, minimizing heat loss and preserving warmth for the body's vital organs. Shivering. 1. Shivering is an involuntary response to cold. 1. Muscles rapidly contract and relax to generate heat, helping to maintain body temperature. Goosebumps. 1. Tiny muscles attached to hair follicles contract, causing the hairs to stand up. 1. While this response is less significant in humans than in some animals, it contributes slightly to trapping a layer of air, providing a minimal insulating effect. Brown adipose tissue activation. 1. Brown adipose tissue, also known as brown fat, is activated in response to cold temperatures. 1. It generates heat by burning calories, helping to maintain body temperature. Behavioral responses. 1. Humans exhibit behavioral responses to cold, such as seeking shelter, wearing warm clothing, or moving to warmer environments to limit exposure. Reduced heat loss. 1. When the body is exposed to cold, it works to conserve heat by minimizing heat loss through mechanisms such as vasoconstriction and shivering. Hypothermia risk. 1. Prolonged exposure to cold temperatures without adequate protection can lead to hypothermia, a dangerous condition where the body loses heat faster than it can produce it. 1. This can result in a significant drop in body temperature and can be life-threatening if not addressed promptly. Cardiovascular effects. 1. Cold temperatures can increase blood pressure and put extra strain on the heart, particularly in individuals with certain health conditions. While these responses help the body cope with cold environments, prolonged exposure to extreme cold can pose serious health risks. It's crucial to dress warmly, seek shelter, and take necessary precautions to prevent the harmful effects of cold exposure, especially in severe weather conditions. Method of solve. When the body is exposed to cold temperatures, it activates various mechanisms to maintain a core temperature of around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 degrees Celsius. 1. Vasoconstriction. Blood vessels near the skin surface constrict, reducing blood flow to the skin and minimizing heat loss. 2. Shivering. Muscles generate heat through involuntary contractions, helping to raise the body's temperature. 3. Goosebumps. Tiny muscles at the base of hair follicles contract, causing hairs to stand upright. 3. While less effective in humans, in animals, this response traps a layer of air, providing insulation. In both cases, it's essential to note that while these responses are part of the body's natural defense mechanisms, seeking medical attention is crucial for persistent or severe symptoms. If you meant something else in your question, please clarify, and I'd be happy to provide more information.